Oh, okay.
There is a shallow part here, a shallow part of the river, where you are able to walk across, or you can herd your cows across, and that is called a ford. At this ford, where you could herd your cows or your ox, thus it became known as Oxford or Oxford. And when you see that little emblem, that's the ox crossing the little twiggly lines that represent the river. That it was founded in around 1096, so nearly 1,000 years ago. For a long time, we thought we'd done it. We did it. We've got the oldest university in the world. It must be us. We founded it in 1096. Proven that actually the very first university in the world was founded about 200 years before that, in 859, and that was founded by a woman of colour, in Fez, in Morocco, a woman called Fatima El Fahira. So when you apply to the University of Oxford, you don't apply just to the university itself, you apply to one of its colleges, and they're kind of a bit like Hogwarts houses in a way. They all have their own personality, whether that's a particularly sporty college or perhaps a very artistic college. Sort of choose your college based on your own interests and based on your own temperament, I suppose.
You stand here because you're small. Small gets to stand in the front, tall at the back. Debbie. Normally, we have children. If they're under 10, if they're 10 years old and under, they get to call me Dobby, not Debbie. But there's none of them today. None of them. Anyway, I'm from Oxford. I've been tour guiding for 28 years. I was born here. I am terribly English. So, who is your favourite person in Harry Potter?
Hagrid.
And there are more than 4 people, okay? Who's your favourite person?
Harry Snape.
Okay.
Professor Snape.
Gotta be Harry Potter.
Okay,
Dumbledore.
okay. Hermione.
Dumbledore.
Dumbledore. Hagrid. Harry. I also like Dobby. Oh yeah. I forgot Dobby. I mentioned Dobby. You forgot Dobby. Anyway, and here in 1555, on the throne of England was Queen Mary. Do you know Queen Mary? Bloody Mary? Are you educated? Yeah. Yeah. She was on the throne of England. She was Catholic. She was not getting on very well with 3 Protestant bishops. She asked them if they would convert to become Catholic 3 times. They were held in our university church, St Mary the Virgin. They said no. So she had them burnt here in the middle of the road just outside the city wall. Say, even today, that if you stand on this and you close your eyes and you concentrate very hard, you can still feel the heat coming up your legs. Right, come on. Let's get you burnt at the stake. So often this happens. Close your eyes. Concentrate very hard. Can you feel slightly warm feet?
A little.
Yeah! Out laughing and said, she thought it was a student jumping off the building. This one, the students like to dress them in clothes normally. Christmas he gets his Santa Claus outfit. I've seen him a bright red ball gown with a tiara. He looked very nice because he was obviously going to one of the balls, college balls. We've had him in Harry Potter outfits, balloons, wings, kilt, rugby shirt, all sorts of things. So this was the cattle market where the oxes were sold. This is why this street is wide in the middle and narrow at both ends. So if there was a stampede of cattle, they could block it off easily. Around with his badges on. That's where the idea, crests as we call them, that's where the idea of the houses came from. Every dining hall in every college looks like Harry Potter's dining hall. Except there's no floating candles, unfortunately. J.R.R. Tolkien, the Hobbit, the Lord of the Rings, do you remember him? But when he first arrived, that was his room just there at Exeter College. Take photographs because you want to see it again. Let's see what a college looks like. And squish down the front. And see what a college looks like. Sit nice and quiet. Horses in the lodge making a lot of noise. So that big window up there is Hogwarts Library. Do you remember when Harry went into the library with the invisible cloak? That was filmed up there. Do you remember when they went into the library with the big lamp and the flames went all over the floor? That was filmed up there. Underneath Divinity School building, where exams originally were held, in Harry Potter, that is where the hospital scenes were filmed. So do you remember when Ron falls off his horse? Oh, you know Hermione Granger? Yeah, good old Emma Watson. Do you know that when she came from Oxford originally. All the filming, she came back to Oxford because she's from here originally, but she came to do her BA, Bachelor of Arts. And at the moment, she is back at the moment. She's doing her MA. So if you see her walking around, she's here, okay? Cool. But she likes to hide a bit. She's got glasses and stuff like that. You can imagine, can't you? Anyway, oh, by the way, that statue is not your smaller. Yeah, move over there a bit. That's it. Then you move around a bit. There's a reason. You'll see why. Right. We all know that J.K. Rowling came to Oxford and she got lots of ideas. I was told she stood here in the old part of the city wall, which it is, and she was trying to get an idea of what mark Harry should have on his head. We know what mark Harry has on his head. When you're writing something, it could be anything. It's your imagination. I mean, on his head, it could have been a star, it could have been a dragon, it could have been anything. So where did she get the idea from? I was told she stood here and she was looking around and she was trying to get inspiration. And then she looked down where my feet are and she saw that. Oh, cool, eh? I love doing that. The reason why it was so perfect is because this building, when it was designed, electricity had not been invented. And when electrics came, come and sing, Mr. Dobby. Squish, squish. Come and squish down. Mr. Dobby. Now, this shop is the oldest souvenir shop in Oxford. It's been here for 3 generations. Wow. And he's wearing his mortarboard because we have exams this week, okay? He has Santa Claus outfit I'll put on at Christmas. But
이거 이쁘다. 이 마을을 돌아다니는 약간 영화 세트장 안을 돌아다니는 느낌? 그냥 마을 같지가 않고 뭔가 인공적으로 지어낸 마을 같은 느낌이 들 정도로 옷도 있긴 하지만
I'm so pleased you enjoyed it, and I know I keep going on about it, but I'm so pleased it wasn't raining. To ask the really serious, hard-hitting questions.
Sawadika. Yeah, I was in Bangkok last year. 이거를 언제 다 보고 앉아 있어? 진짜 이거를 왜 굳이 돈 받고 주는 건지 모르겠네. 참네.
The good and the bad. And the boy, the good's bringing him.
Very fortunate in the children that we cast. There was no guarantee that they would be able to act up to what we all knew would happen in the end, because we're asking them to do far more complex emotional scenes by the end of the series. But
do we have any Harry Potter fans here today? Yes, on the stone. Of course, do watch your steps. Make sure you have all belongings with you. Round of applause. Magic, come right in, everyone. This is the one, the only, the great of words. It's one. Return to Azkaban, brand new feature. You will see us all set and ready for the scene of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, the very iconic scene that iconic of and it caused quite a huge safety hazard for the cast and crew members at that time. Which is why later on the filmmakers decided to replace everything with the effect. And then
for the second one, will you do it again? He was like, absolutely, I want to be Draco Malfoy as much as possible. We said, okay, and then the moment we started doing it for the second film, it's
particular character. I always thought of it.
No właśnie nie wiem.
Maybe some of it comes Hogwarts in possession of it.
What did you say your name was again? I didn't. Well, whereabouts are you went? Beneath Cobra. That's in London. You hear that?
Yes, please.
Can I have chicken tikka masala
Yes, please.
and garlic with garlic naan?
굉장히 맛있었습니다. 뭔가 이대로 들어가기 좀 아쉬워서 걸어서 10분 거리에 있는 켄징턴 궁전 가보고, 그냥 여기도 평범한 플랫 같은데 여기는 얼마나 비쌀까요? 여기 사는 사람들은 얼마나 돈이 많은 걸까요? 예상했던 것보다 훨씬 예쁜 것 같네요. 아 귀여워. 페이스 한 5는 되는 속도로 달립니다. 저는 페이스 8을 달리면 빠른 겁니다. 러닝을 할지 말지 엄청 고민했는데 공원을 와보니까 무조건 해야겠다고 생각했습니다. 내일 슬슬 보이기 시작합니다. 켄징턴 앞에 무슨 호수? 뭐야 여기? 도망갔어. 싸운다. 싸운다. 싸워라. 안 싸우나? 뭐냐고 이거. 뭐야? 뭐가 이렇게 예뻐? 아, 호수가 아니라 연못이네. 인공 연못인 것 같은데. 와. 잔디 밟는다고 욕 먹을 수 있어. 와. 너무 멋있다. 대박. Please don't feed the birds. 우리나라도 이 나라 저 나라 침략하고 다녔으면 이렇게 잘 사는 나라가 될 수 있었을까요? 진짜 부럽습니다. 이런 공원을 볼 때마다 그냥 부럽다는 생각밖에는 안 드는 것 같아요. 정말 집 앞에 이런 공원이 있는 게 일상이니까. 다이애나 비가 살았던 켄징턴 궁전. 드라마에서도 되게 자주 나왔는데 실제로 여기서 촬영을 했는지는 모르겠지만 그 외관은 되게 익숙하네요. 저 문에서 차 타는 장면 많이 봤던 것 같아. 켄징턴.